Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 24th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, I don't know, a little bit after midnight, I think about 12:45 a.m. I believe about time it was. Had pulled over. We'd had crazy rain again. That cars driving 25 mile an hour with their hazards on the interstate. But instead of like all of them's lining up on the right side, you can drive where you want. They're spread out, blocking all three lanes, like side by side, doing 25 with their damn hazards on. So, because apparently it's unsafe to drive in a single file line, but it's perfectly safe to drive three wide on the interstate at 1/3 the speed limit. So, found the next exit, pulled off. The rain was pretty bad, but it wasn't. You could have kept going. You could have easily drove 25, 35, probably 45 mile an hour safely, especially if you get a semi ahead of you. Drive by their taillights, kind of cheat that a little bit, but it wasn't happening. So I just found the next exit, pulled over, and closed my eyes for a little bit. I think I did doze off, but the rain finally stopped. Checked the radar, and it was looked like it was clearing up enough that I was able to go ahead and hit back out. And I got back out there, and the road was nice and clear. So I drove throughout the rest of the night. I set my timer for like 90 minutes each time. I'd pull over, get gas, walk around a little bit, stretch my legs, use the restroom if I need to, whatever, and then get back in the car, drive for, I set the timer for 90 minutes, then look for a rest stop or somewhere safe to pull off into, and then just walk around and basically exercise a little bit, stretch my body out, and all that good fun stuff that comes with it. And then from there, repeat every 90 minutes. So I would rotate that back and forth over and over and roll through the night. So pretty much just drove. That's all I did. Just drove. I left the house at about 3 p.m. Yesterday. So I've just been driving, resting, driving, or stopping fuel, driving. And I was getting closer. I got to Florida. I was looking at my times and stuff. Like, should be getting home. It's hard to judge because you hit traffic, you hit whatever and whatnot. But the big thing is, on this trailer, I'm going slower. Like, the thing is just, it's slow. Like, I top out at like 63, is my average. I can go faster, but it's so hard on this in the car. It's not worth it. So I was like just chilling along. I think I was in Georgia still, midday, just enjoying my cigars and eating some snacks and listening to podcasts and not really anything important going on. And there was a trailer ahead of me being pulled by a giant white dually pickup truck. And in the process of, as I was coming by, and they were in the middle lane, I don't know why I didn't fucking middle lane, but they were. And as I was there, I was coming up with them. They had giant sheets of polycarbonate, that acrylic looking cardboard shit you put like greenhouses and stuff. So I was like, cool, no big deal. Thinking about had a giant cage in the back truck, and right as I'm getting there, the sheets of polycarbonate come flying out of the truck or the trailer, whip over and come shooting right at my car. And I'm like, son of a bitch, there's nothing to do there. I can pull on the trailer, cars all around us, and I was like, god damn it. And it hit on one side, smashed into the side of my car. Look in the mirror, they whip out into the highway. Everybody else is able to avoid them, but I'm like, my bumper is lined up like right even with their trailer. Like, the back of their trailer right with my bumper, there's nowhere I could have went. Nothing I could have done. And one of them hit right in the driver's side of my car. The other one hit the top. Both of them hit the U-Haul trailer, whatever. So I started blowing my horn, so I don't know if they paid attention. And they must have realized that their car ahead of me went. They pulled over and onto the side. It was a big hill going up, unfortunately. But so I parked over in behind them. They got out. They were apologetic. They said they'd seen it for a while, like flopping around, and they were trying to slow down to get over and readjust it. And I'm like, I wanted to scream, why the fuck are we in the middle lane? My big thing was the fact that if I'd been on a motorcycle, it probably would have, it could have killed me. One, that sheet could have taken my head off, come right at the helmet. It at least would have put me on the ground. And I'm doing 60, mile an hour at that moment. On the bike would have been probably doing closer to 80. And how bad it could have been. So, but went ahead, her license, gave me her photo of her license, or took a picture of it and stuff. As she's looking for her insurance information. Apparently I stuck her license in my pocket. So I have a photo, I have her license actually in my possession right now, but it is what it is. So I went ahead and we were chatting a little bit. They were super apologetic. They're like, hey, our fault, whatever. And there's a big old scrape outside of my car. Looks like it should be able to be polished out, buffed out. So we're gonna try and figure it out without going through insurance. But I got all the information, took pictures of the trailer, took pictures of the license plate of the truck, all that good fun stuff. And like I said, I physically have her ID, so it kind of is what it is there. So went ahead, we chatted for a little bit. They headed back down to go get the polycarbonate off the road, trying to save it because they wanted it for the project. And I headed on home. So I said, hell with it. Drove on down, and I was just driving it the other day. That woke me up a lot, though. It really was like eye-opening and adrenaline-filled. Got to the next spot where I stopped for basically my stretch, my 90-minute stretch. Took some pictures of the car, showed the damage and whatnot. Well, it wasn't too bad. Like I said, I think it's pretty certain it's 100% fixable, so we can go from there. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, other than that, pretty much same old there. Rolling in through, I was getting into Florida, looking at my time on it, and I was telling myself I should stop and run somewhere because I'm going to be pushing that midnight mark. I can't let my run streak die. But I'm like, I should be able to get in town fine, and I can run from the house. Way easier, I can just walk in and get a shower done. Like, it'd be way easier. So, trying to make my mind up, can't make my mind up. I'm back and forth. I finally said, fuck it, I'm just going to go home with it. To the point that I even, like, almost stopped, like, 15 miles from the house and ran, and I didn't. I went against my gut. My gut was telling me to run while on the road before I get home. I thought, yeah, if I run here, leaving the trailer open, or not open, it's locked, but somebody could, you know, try and break into it. It wouldn't take a lot to cut the lock, whatever, all that shit. So I drive home. As I'm pulling in the driveway, I'm like, I'm just gonna park the trailer. I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna go run because I don't have much time. Pull up, go to back in at the trailer. So I'm back in the driveway, look, there's like weird flashy lights coming in the road. I'm like, but they're not like cop lights or fire lights. It is the mosquito patrol guy who's out here spraying poison for mosquitoes, which is great, we need that, but not a giant fogger right in the road I gotta run in. It's like, motherfucker. So Karen's trying to look up, see how long you should wait for it's safe to run in that poison, and never did give me an answer. So I was like, you gotta be shitting me. So I went in and talked to her for a couple minutes, basically let her know I was home and I was alive, and I can hear it going down every street in my neighborhood. Like, it's just driving up down this giant section. I got, you know, and I'm like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way it came, I don't know which way it's going from. And I was just like, son of a bitch. So I said, hell, jumped on the motorcycle. And then at this point now, I've been awake since like 7 yesterday morning. So I pulled over and closed my eyes twice. But I've been driving for over 24 hours nonstop. With stops, it's been like 30 plus at this point. Counting, maybe 31, counting the stop stuff. But actual physical time the car's been on and driving is 24 plus hours at this point. So yeah, there's that, which is always so much fun. So I'm tired, to say the least. Drove the motorcycle over to A1A or US 1, went to US 1 actually. Parked over there at Publix and then went for a run from there so I could, they don't spray over on the highway. It was too far away. So went over there, went got my run in, got that taken care of, which was needed. Got back, rinsed off because that's pretty gross from the car ride. And then on top of that, the run. Went out to get in the hot tub, and my wife started telling me about her doctor's appointment today and how there's some shit coming up with it. She wanted to talk. I'm like, okay, I asked you anything you need to talk about beforehand, blah, blah. Now I'm staying in this air-conditioned house, and I'm cold and I'm wet. And I'm like, you got to follow me out of the hot tub, or you got to wait till I get out of the hot tub to talk. And I'm like, please follow me out, like whatever. So I went and jumped in the hot tub. So we talked for a while out there. I guess I want to put her on blood thinners. I guess she's got some problems with her heart. She's given some erratic rhythms, where in the hell it is. The pacemaker thing picked up. Here's the fucked up part. She had a test like 2 damn months ago. And they were supposed to be like a few weeks ago, they were supposed to see her the appointment. They decided to cancel it because they want to take the day off early, whatever. Try to make her move forward. She couldn't get there. But now they're telling her, well, it's really bad. She could stroke out at any moment. And she's take this blood thinner or she could die. It's so important you gotta take it right fucking now. But yet you knowing this test was done like weeks and weeks ago, like maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, a long time ago. So you've had the results all this damn time. You just didn't bother telling her about it, but now you make it sound like it has to be done today or she could die this weekend. So I had a bunch of questions about it. We discussed some of the different options of like, here's where we are. And the big thing is blood thinner, start taking it, you pretty much take it for the rest of your fucking life. Because it's hard to get back off, because it is. So I'm like, what if you just changed like your diet, change your exercise pattern, change like, how long would it take to get back a better result if you just changed up and done it naturally instead of drugs? Just fucking hate drugs. I mean, don't wrong. Like, take all the drugs you want, but I don't want that shit in my body. Like, especially not shit that is made by pharmacies. I don't want in my damn body. So, but yeah, who knows? So we had that talk and we discussed. I said, first off, not a chance in hell I'd put that in my body with the blatant questions we're asking right now. You didn't think to ask the doctor. And she goes, had I known there was anything even hinting towards being wrong with this, I would have requested you be at that appointment. And I'm like, or at least put on the phone with that appointment. Kind of like a FaceTime type thing. And she's, yeah, 100%. I'm like, but they didn't make that out. They'd be like, oh, same as always. Because for like last 10 years or 15 years, how long I had a pacemaker, it's always been 100% fine, move on, nothing happens. To the point they were like, hey, it's like 8 years, you got to have it replaced because your battery use. Then she'd go back and it'd be like, hey, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years. Because she was using so little, like, it was delaying out her time to replace the battery. So now we're talking about doing like ablation on her fucking heart, I guess they go in, like they burn parts of her heart to kick out weird rhythms. And I'm like, that sounds like a pain in the fucking ass and like super dangerous. I don't know, you're just throwing lasers at my heart. Seems scary. So, and I think she didn't know it was coming. So she didn't think to plan for her mental stability at that moment of asking these questions, because she had no idea. And God forbid they give you a heads up like, hey, there's bad news coming, blah, blah, blah. Now comes the doctor and answers the questions. No, they wait till you're there, then it's showing you. So she decided she was going to wait on taking the pills till tomorrow at least, till after she can talk to the doctor, ask these questions, and go from there. My big question is, if you start taking the pills today, one, we don't want you to start bleeding out of our nose and stuff. It's just causing problems and issues and all that shit. And I said, if I wasn't home, if I was still in Iowa on this trip, what would you do? And she goes, I wouldn't take the pills till you get home, because that way if I bleed out in the middle of the night, whatever, I want you here. I'm like, then do as you want, but don't take the pills tonight. Get the answers from the doctors at least tomorrow, and then all that good fun stuff. So, and she agreed with that. So she didn't take the pills, but yeah. So I was sore enough, my body was tight, all that junk, and then all that great news I got there. So went ahead and said, hell with it. Drank Mike's Harder Lemonade, I guess, which is like 8% alcohol or some crap, and it tastes like shit. Oh my God, it's bad. Then I took a gabapentin and was out in the hot tub, and eventually came in, got there and watched a little bit of TV on the iPad and zonked the hell out. I was pretty tired. Did put in a request also. I asked my wife, I said, please throw a frozen pizza in the oven before I go to work tomorrow. Pull it out, wake me up. So I have a fresh made pizza in the morning to see if it doesn't eat. I said, because I haven't eaten since Sunday. Had lasagna for dinner on Sunday. That's the last real meal I've had since then. So she's like, okay, cool, no problem. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be either awake before she leaves, or she'll wake me up once my pizza's done. I'll have myself a nice little, at least a semi-decent meal. So we'll go from there. But anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.